Hey everyone, we're continuing on with our Christmas holiday run of movies. And next up, we have the 1961 movie, Pocketful of Miracles, starring Glenn Ford, Bette Davis, Hope Lange, and Arthur O'Connell. Now, it's the end of Prohibition. Gangster leader and bootlegger Dave the Dude, Glenn Ford, has become a big man in New York City. At least partly due to the success of the nightclub he's been helping his girlfriend, Elizabeth Queenie Martin, Hope Lange, run. Now, he also has had some good luck because of his lucky apples that he routinely buys from beggar woman Apple Annie, May Davis. Now, he faces the prospect of being part of a bigger mob syndicate being led by its king, Steve Darcy, Shelton Leonard. But Dave wants in on his own terms, not Darcy's. Trouble arises, however, as Apple Annie finds herself in a pickle. Now, for years, she's been sending money that she's gotten from Dave buying her apples and from the other panhandlers on Broadway to her daughter, who lives in a Spanish convent. Now, their only contact has been the letters that they've been writing each other, with Annie embellishing her own life by making herself out to be a big society lady under the name of Mrs. E. Worthington Manville. Now, her most recent letter from her daughter, Louise, and Margaret, indicates that Louise will be marrying the son of a Spanish count, and the three of them will be coming to America by boat to visit her mother. Now, Annie is distraught and unsure of what to do. At first, Dave is unconcerned about her problems and only wants his lucky apple. But Queenie convinces him to help Annie out. Now he sets her up with a room in the Hotel Marbury, with Queenie and her crew helping to give Annie a makeover. They also enlist the help of Judge Henry G. Blake, Thomas Mitchell, to act as Louise's stepfather. Now when the boat arrives, Annie, the judge, Dave, and Queenie are all there to meet them, along with the rest of Dave's mob to help keep away any nosy reporters. Now, over the next few days, Annie enjoys her reunion with Louise, while Dave has his own worries. Now, among them, some reporters show up to find out about Mrs. Manville, so Dave has them tied up and stashed in the pantry. Now, Count Alfonso Romero, Arthur O'Connell, decides to announce the engagement of Louise and his son Carlos, Peter Mann, at a reception for Annie's society friends. Now, and after some discussion, Dave, Queenie, and the judge decide to try using Dave's gang and Queenie's showgirls to pose as the guests. Now, the newspapers start to make things miserable for the police and the mayor, Jerome Cowan, due to the disappearance of the reporters. And so the police start to suspect Dave of being involved. Now, in the midst of all this, Dave's friend and second in command, Joy Boy, Peter Falk, is sweating it out as he constantly nags Dave about the potential deal with Darcy. Now, can everything come together, or will Annie's lies be found out? Now, for some, it might be a bit of a stretch to call this one a Christmas movie. But not me. I mean, the characters admit at one point that the movie does take place during December. We do get to see a few decorated Christmas trees in the background of some scenes. The score also includes some Christmas music, including music from the Nutcracker Suite at various key points of the story. But ultimately, the story itself maintains some Christmas spirit. I mean, we see Dave the Dude go from caring only about himself and what he wants, to doing things for others, and even encouraging some of his gang to do kind things without reward. Not to mention, we also see the effects radiate out to others that he deals with. I mean, as the judge himself says at one point, pointing to his heart, quote, "In here, it's Christmas," unquote. And that is enough for me to call this one a Christmas film. Now, I really enjoy it, with its score, its story, and all the performances of the various actors involved. In particular, though, I think the movie's worth it, just to see Peter Falk in his Best Supporting Actor Oscar-nominated role as Joy Boy. Not to mention Edward Everett Horton as Hutchins the butler. Both of them are generally hilarious throughout the movie, and even funnier during the few moments that they interact with each other. Now, the only real sour note that this movie has, in my opinion, is a scene of domestic violence between Glenn Ford's Dave the Dude and Hope Lange's Queenie Martin, when he finds out she's walking out on him, with the whole thing kind of playing out like foreplay, until Peter Falk's Joy Boy interrupts them. And the whole thing just feels worse in my mind, considering Glenn Ford and Hope Lange were an actual couple at the time this movie was made. Now, apart from that complaint, this is a movie that I always look forward to watching around Christmas time, and I certainly would give it my highest recommendations. This movie is available on Blu-ray and DVD from Kino Lorber, and is about 2 hours and 17 minutes in length. Well, that's all I have to say on this one, everybody, so thanks for listening, and I hope you'll keep tuning in for more.